the way we prepare some of our foods, because there are really 3 common foods that we're eating on a regular basis that can either be a health food or actually can be a disease-forming food. Literally same food, depends on how you prepare them. So on this video, I really want to talk about the preparation of some of these foods because they really, really matter. And as always, I want to make sure that every day you're building health, you're not building disease. So here we go. So the first one that I want to start with are vegetables. So we know that vegetables are amazing for everything. They have nutrients in them. Those of you that have pre-ordered Eat Like a Girl, I have something called the Key 24. They are the 24 nutrients you need to be getting every day in your body so that you can make hormones. And when you eat vegetables, if you cook them the wrong way, you actually make that vegetable void of these nutrients. And let me tell you some of the nutrients that vegetables have in them that are amazing. So you have vitamin A, C, D, E, K. You've got your B vitamins, magnesium. For my menopausal women, magnesium is really important. Potassium for the muscle function, and calcium for bones. So we love, love, love vegetables, but here's the thing. The most common way that people eat vegetables is by boiling them. So the first mistake that we make with vegetables is we boil them or steam them. Steaming means we can actually put them in and we want to make them soft, like broccoli. I'm going to tell you something about broccoli here in a moment that will shock you. But when you are boiling or steaming, you are taking those key nutrients out of that food. So this is a really interesting study that I found. It's a 2009 study, so it's a little bit old, but it found that boiling broccoli reduced its nutrient content by 50%. That's a lot. There was another study, a 2023 study, found that boiling vegetables, including spinach, squash, pumpkin, peas, and peppers, reduced their vitamin and mineral content by 71%. So my first advice to you is let's stop boiling our vegetables, which is probably we have to then have a conversation about, well, I don't want to eat them raw all the time. Okay, raw would be best, obviously. Steaming, boiling to me is you're actually putting them in water and you're boiling them in the water. That, by the way, that liquid is actually nutrient dense. So one thing you could do is you could find a way to drink the liquid. I don't know if or put it in a vegetable soup or something so you get those nutrients back. But boiling would be where you're got them fully immersed in water. Steaming would be a little milder version of that, so you'd get less of a nutrient loss. But then raw, like I said, is going to be the way that you're going to keep most of it. I'll tell you, the one way we do it in my family is a little stir fry. So put a little grass-fed butter on a pan and just lightly stir fry them. You're not going to lose as much of the nutrients that way as well. And maybe keep them a little al dente, right? So maybe they're a little crunchy. It's when we get them really soggy and soft that it makes a difference. So just because your mother said eat your vegetables doesn't mean that you can boil the heck out of them and that still you're going to get this nutrient load that we are all trying to get with our vegetables. So let's be careful how we use them. This is interesting for those of you who are like, I'm not sure I'm going to drink the broth of my boiled vegetables. Let me just throw something out for you. A 2007 report found that vegetable broth retains 100% of its minerals and between 70 to 90% of its vitamins. So maybe you boil your vegetables, take the broth, and again, you put it in a vegetable soup with some chicken broth and other things that make it taste better. Okay, number 2. Are we good on vegetables? We got it? We got it? Like, let's take good care of them. Okay, number 2. You ready for this? I love coffee. I think you love coffee, some of you, but how we make the coffee matters. This is fascinating. So number 2, the most common mistake we make are these, well, there's twofold, these paper filters. The paper filtered coffee. I'm even going to put in there the little aluminum plastic containers that we use, and I see them at hotels all the time, that you put in and you just click it down. And I won't say the name of the product, because there's lots of products out there, and it makes you a cup. But if it's in a plastic aluminum container or it's in a paper filter, one of the basic challenges is not only you're putting hot water through all those chemicals, but actually filtering it this way takes out two really beneficial compounds that are in coffees. So remember, coffee is really high in polyphenols. And two of these polyphenol compounds do some amazing things to your body. They block pro-inflammatory signaling cells. So if you have a systemic situation, inflammatory situation going on in your body, these incredible compounds, what they'll do is they'll go and turn off the signaling for inflammation and lower inflammation. We also know that they increase glutathione production, and glutathione is what helps you detoxify. And we know they're neuroprotective against neurons in your brain, which is why we often say coffee is a health food. But when you put it through filtered water, you've now taken these two key compounds out. And when you're using them in those plastic containers, same thing, these two key compounds come out. It is no longer a health food. And if your water filter is bleached in chlorine, you're now getting the chlorine into your cup of coffee. If it's in a plastic little pod, you're now getting the plastic. So not only did you take these helpful anti-inflammatory glutathione-producing chemicals out of your cup of coffee, but you've now put other chemicals in. So how you make your coffee matters. French press, pour over, that's our preferred way of drinking coffee in my house. Third mistake that people are making, this is a little less common, but we do still cook this health food, and it's cooked berries. So it's just what I said, when we cook berries. So remember, anytime you heat up any kind of wonderful food, now we are going to pull minerals out. And like I said, with coffee, the way you heat it up matters, because you might be getting extra chemicals or pulling out different nutrients. So this one was interesting because they found that a 2015 study found that cooking berries destroyed 94% of its antioxidants. So if you're like me and you like a good apple, or a berry crisp, you're putting it in your oven, and now you've lost that antioxidant load. So maybe again, like I said with the vegetables, don't cook it as much. When we look at something like even jams and stuff where those berries have really been heated up, you pretty much can guess you're not getting very many antioxidants in them. Obviously great for taste. I love to make a good pie. I love to make a good crisp, especially a berry one. But you don't fool yourself into thinking that you're getting a good dose of antioxidants in there. You're just stimulating your taste buds. I got another book for you. It's called Eat Like a Girl. You will now know for your feminine body how to metabolically switch. I hope it helps. So overall, what I wanted you to know on this video is how you cook these healthy foods matter. And there's so many times we walk around thinking we're doing something that's really great, it's really healthy for us, but actually we've taken a health food and we've turned it into a toxic food. And so the more I bring videos like this for you, I hope the more you're aware that keeping a food in its natural state is the best way to make sure that you maximize those nutrients. And food matters. So I've been here on YouTube teaching you a fasting lifestyle, and you got to remember that a fasting lifestyle is you create a fasting window every day where you're not eating. This is where the coffee fits in, because you can have coffee there, just don't do it through the techniques that I talked about. And then you create an eating window where you're eating nutritious food that fills you up. So if this is a new concept for you, I have a book for you out there. It's called Fast Like a Girl for the women in the audience. A lot of men have bought that book too and found it helpful. And now we got Eat Like a Girl. So Eat Like a Girl is coming out October of 2024, depending on when you're watching this. It is available for pre-order. And I got a ton of food lists, which foods you should be eating for your hormones and to lose weight and get that belly fat to go away. And I got over 100 recipes done by professional chefs. It's off the charts. I'm very proud of this book. So if your mind is expanded by this in this particular video, you hadn't really thought about how you cook your food, you're going to want to get Eat Like a Girl. I put a lot of things in there that I know will make people go, oh, I hadn't thought of it that way. I don't like to put content out there just to entertain myself or entertain you. I put this content out there. I write this book to change your life because you are powerful. You live in a body that knows how to heal itself. So if you're not walking around loving the body you're living in, then we got to sit down and have a talk and look at the quality food, how you're cooking your food, when you're eating your food. All of that matters to every single cell in your body. So I'm super happy you found this video. Those of you who've been watching these videos for a while, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you. I look at your comments, and I love being on this health journey with you. But don't give up on yourself. Food matters, and there's a lot to talk about when it comes to food and your health, so I hope this video helped. Let me know in the comments. You have any other questions for me on food? I'll do a video on it. Put it in the comments. I want to make sure I customize this channel to you. As always, I hope that helps. Okay, if you loved this video, you're going to want to check out the next video of my food series. 5 foods that will sabotage weight loss. And they're going to surprise you. These are ones that you're probably doing thinking they're helping you lose weight.